Coach, take us into this particular gentleman behind you. You're talking about Buck O'Neil and why he's so important and so instrumental.
Man, well, just the baseball history in itself in this community, man, is so rich. And I think he ignited a flame that I don't think can be put out. And if I have anything to say about it, man, I'm definitely going to keep that flame alive. And the things that he started, guys like Ed James, which is the field is named after Dr. Ed James II. It definitely just ignites a flame, and just to have this rich history, man, is something that I want to keep alive inside of our community.
Recently, Mr. Walter Gilbert and a group here in town put together a mural downtown Sarasota, and it's reminiscent of this picture I'm looking at. Can you talk a little bit about that mural and why that's special?
Man, just to have one of the guys again, man, to be celebrated in that manner, that's touching in itself. And in the mural, the artist, man, big ups to the artist. I'm not sure who the artist behind it, but definitely a beautiful piece.
Now, tell us about the Griffey family, and in particular, Mr. Ken Griffey Jr., who I've been watching ever since his days in Seattle. Take us into that gentleman and take us into the Cincinnati Reds, if you will.
Man, well, I mean, I'm sure everybody in the 90s wanted to be Ken Griffey Jr., wanted to be like Ken Griffey Jr. It resonated with me. He did at a very, very young age. My mom would always call me kid. So like I'm the kid. Just like Griffey, Anthony Crawford Jr., Ken Griffey Jr., I'm a lefty. It just all made so much sense to me. And I watched everything he did. The backwards hat, I know that was definitely something that just people embodied about Griffey. And like he said, he wasn't even doing it to be cool, but it just looked like the right thing to do. And that was another guy who definitely gave me that upbeat about this is something that I can definitely do for a long time. So
Cincinnati Reds training camp, take us back to your experience with Mr. Griffey and tell the fans what exactly happened that day.
2003, I want to say, going to a spring training game. Barry Larkins up the plate. Barry Larkins fouled one off. My man Griffey, I'm sitting right behind the dugout, so I'm getting everything. And I talked to him a couple of times. He said hey a couple of times, and then Barry Larkins hit the foul ball. Griffey walks over and grabbed the foul ball, walks back over to the on-deck circle, tossed the ball to me, man. It made my year. It did something to me because he remembered me. And just from the conversation, the little conversation that we were having every time he would go up the bat, he threw me that foul ball, man. He could have threw it to anybody else, man. But I definitely don't believe in coincidence. So yeah, man, that's my Ken Griffey story. Sure.
Where is that foul ball now?
I got it locked up, man. I got it locked up in the storage, man. I would have brought it out for you, man, but I don't want I don't want nothing to get on it, man. We good. We good. It's locked up in storage.
You have a B on your chest. Booker High School, Tornadoes baseball.
Yes, sir.
You are the head coach. What does that mean to you personally?
Just knowing the rich history again, man, of the Booker High School baseball program. It's not a lot of light shined on it, but I know the history, and I'd be doing it a displeasure if I don't bring that type of energy to this next generation of Booker High baseball players. Coach Fred Gilmore definitely was, man, he's special, man. He had these guys train year-round in the team. The Nations Bank team that I played for, we actually practiced behind the Booker High School team at that time. So we as a Little League team, after Booker High is finished with their practices, we would go behind them and we would have our practices. So I was able to see so much. I was able to see these guys with scouts talking to these guys, and these guys didn't even have a field at the time. They were playing their home games at Ed Smith Stadium, just like I was when I was in high school. So we practiced at a practice field that was on the campus, and then we actually played our home games at Ed Smith Stadium. So it was a blessing in a way itself, but it means a lot to me to keep that tradition going and just to shine more light on the success stories from Booker High School.
To go full circle, to be a student athlete at Booker, and to come back as the coach, just talk a little bit about that.
Again, man, I wouldn't have it no other way. A lot of guys don't get the opportunity to go on and play in the pros, you know, which that's not a sob story. This is my success story. Being able to come back in full circle, this is my success story. And I'm here and I'm walking in it, and I'm a guy who walked the walk, you know what I mean? So this is definitely something that I was looking forward to say the least. I didn't know what exactly I was looking forward to, but this is what I was looking forward to, and I'm gonna walk that walk, man.
Behind me is a field that you grew up playing on when you first started the game, right? Now, over here is also a field that you played on. Tell us a little bit about this field behind you, and then show us what this field over here means to you.
Well, this is the T-ball field, man. This is where it all started. This is the young pup, man, and getting things going, and T-ball and learning the game and learning the concept, and then being able to compete. And then shortly after, you transition here and you transition to the bigger fields, man. The bigger fields is where it actually went down, man. And I played on Nations Bank. So from 98 to 2000, I played on this field here. And again, man, this is where it all started at, man. The real deal. This is the real deal, man. I had guys. Trust me, Nations Bank, that team, that Nations Bank team, again, had rich history in itself. I don't want to do too much name dropping, you know what I mean? I don't want to do too much name dropping, but it definitely was a rich history, and we had big shoes to fill. I had big shoes to fill when I coming from this field to this field. I had big shoes to fill, and I was thrown in the fire early. 8 years old, thrown into the fire. 9, 10, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds playing on the same field with me.
There's a batting cage here, and tell us what you were able to do for this particular batting cage.
A buddy of mine, actually my best friend, childhood best friend, he owned a facility, a gym, and he had extra turf. So we took the turf from the field, or from the facility, and we brought it here to put some type of cushion to where these field would be, the cages would be accessible, and they can be used instead of having just the cement on it, and it'll tear up your balls. Every at bat is tearing up your balls, so we dropped the turf on it.
In closing, the game of baseball hasn't been an inner city game over the last few decades. When we think about opportunities for young people going forward and guys who want to try to earn a Booker High School jersey or play the game anywhere or at any level, what do you tell guys?
To make it short and sweet, man, I can talk to the parents on this one. If your kid put that time in to become a Division I football player, if you have college scouts knocking at your door for your kid to become a Division I football player, even a Division II football player, put it in this perspective. If you put that same energy and that same effort into baseball, you'd have pro scouts coming to your door, knocking at your door at the age of 18, waiting to sign your kid.
In closing, what was it like to play home baseball games at Smith Stadium on the same soil, if you will, that a Ken Griffey Jr. or a Prime, a Deion Sanders, or a Frank Thomas, or anybody for that matter, a Harold Baines, different gentlemen, and then the visiting teams that all played on the road here, so to speak? What was it like to play on that same field with those gentlemen?
It's definitely something that I didn't take light. Although we did want our own field. We did want something to call ours, but that's a close second, you know what I mean? And other kids, just to see other teams when they come in to play us, and how just to see their reaction, and to see like, oh dang, we get to play on this big field under the lights. It was definitely it was exciting. Every game was exciting. We wasn't a team that was competing very much as far as state rankings, but it definitely made every game exciting. Every home game, it definitely made an exciting experience, I should say.
In closing, give the people your first game, that particular date, and what they can look forward to, and who you guys are playing against.
First home game would be February 24th, 7 o'clock under the lights at Tornado Alley against the visiting Gulf Coast Heat. We're looking to make it a very festive event. And notice I said event. So yeah, it is a home game, but I definitely want the community to be rallied behind it. And yeah.
Thank you, sir.